bright, but the heat is hot.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been hot. It's been hot on that stage. Many people who started with you melted. How did you make it?
How do I what?
How did you make it?
By the grace of God. I mean, I don't take any credit for it. It's nothing I did as special, you know. Been knocked down a few pegs and recognize it, but I just didn't put me first. I just put God first, and He's carried me through the ups and the many downs, you know, the things you hear about and the things you don't hear about.
Mm-hmm. You know, when you think about that, we were at Tyler Perry Studios for the dedication of the Tyler Perry Studios, and we were talking this Sunday morning I talked about the difference between people who walk through a door, which is an opportunity, and other people who turn that door into a platform through which other people are able to access their dreams. Without question, you have had many doors open to you, but you have also created many platforms and introduced to the world many talented, gifted people without which your influence would not have happened. You didn't have to go that extra mile to do that. You could have enjoyed the limelight of the door and walked away. Is there a sense of fulfillment that you get out of creating that platform, or is it purely from a business perspective?
I love seeing other people do well. Always have. I grew up in the boys club, now the Boys and Girls Club, and I was a counselor there, and I came up in the club as a counselor, at first as a camper and then as a counselor, and I always enjoyed seeing other people do well. It's interesting that I ended up in this business where it appears that you're out front. That's not even my nature, actually.
You know, the funny thing about it is when you think about when the public thinks about you, they think of you as an actor. When I think about you, I think about you not only as an actor and an entertainer, not only as an icon in our community, but I also see you as a businessman, because what the public doesn't realize is that entertainment is a business. And you have been successful not only at acting on screen, which a lot of people do, you have been successful at the business of entertainment. Can you talk to me about the business aspect?
I tell people all the time, they call it show business, they should call it business show. No business, no next show.
Absolutely.
Simple as that.
Explain it.
No business, no next show. And you know, you have to deliver. I mean, it is a business. It's a dollars and cents business. And you have to deliver.
And you have to know your worth. And you have to be able to negotiate from the perspective of knowing your own value. If other people know the value to want you, but you don't know the value to know who you are yourself, it would appear to me it would be quite difficult to be successful if you don't at least have some sense of the equity that has accrued behind your brand, and consequently negotiate from the leverage of understanding that equity. At what point did it hit you that I am worth more than how I'm being handled, and how did you negotiate into the next stream of opportunities without allowing people to prostitute what God had given you?
I'm just that guy, you know. I'm not scared to say no, you know, and you have to say no sometimes, you know, and it's the no's that I said that have really got me, you know, I don't know, wherever I am now professionally. And the money really didn't scare me, you know. I've said it before, you never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. You can't take it with you. Right. You know, no matter, on your last day, it doesn't matter how much money you have. So that you know, the Egyptians tried to take it with them.
Right.
Yeah, all they got was robbed, right?
Right.
So you but you can leave it here.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about the money. I'm talking about what God has blessed me with. I can leave here, you know, and that's what's important to me, is to, at this point in my life, just to be in that number.
You appear on a lot of platforms. A professor, the president of the college, when he introduced you, began to talk about you started on stage not too long ago. My wife and I flew up to New York and saw you on stage.
Iceman coming?
Caesar.
Oh, Julius Caesar.
Julius.
That was 15 years ago.
You did well.
17 years ago.
Time flies.
Time flies. Yeah, yes.
That was just the other day to me now. That's a blur. You walked out on that stage and you were back at home again, back where you started from. Number one, what made you go back to the stage, and was it nostalgic for you?
Look.
Come back. Yeah, to be on that stage.
More than that, or as much as that, is the foundation. I had to get back to it. You know, like here on stage, the audience will tell you that night.
Right.
How they feel about you, and you know, it's a humbling experience. And I just wanted to get back to the foundation. Between 1990 and 2005, I was doing the best I could to help my wife to raise our kids, and they were at an age where I couldn't leave California for weeks at a time, you know, because you can't commute when you're doing a show on Broadway. So I just chose not to do any plays on Broadway for about 15 years.
When I saw you in New Orleans, yeah, you can clap if you want to. When I saw you in the car getting ready to leave the hotel in New Orleans, I think you were shooting Safe Room.
Safe House.
Safe House at the time. To me, that was an amazing movie, largely because of the scenes that had no words. My view, the greatest actors I have ever seen are people who can convey messages without script. And you are absolutely amazing at conveying emotion.
Thank you.
That was good.
You know, people don't understand the hardest thing to do as an actor is to listen. The hardest thing to do as a human being is to listen. So, and to be quiet and actually not do a whole lot.
Right.
You know, we think, oh, the camera's on, I gotta act it up. Less is actually more.
Less is actually more.
Less is more.
Please write that down. Because
Less is more.
one of the big mistakes that I think that church actors make is that they go overboard. The real pros understand that less is more.
If it feels good to you, it probably isn't any good. That's the truth. If you feeling so good about yourself, then you're too self-aware.
Yeah.
So you're probably not as good as you think because you're too busy thinking, "Ooh, look at you! Yeah, I'm acting now."
That's funny, and it shows.
And it shows.
It shows to the audience. I was sitting there screaming at the TV set because I was just mesmerized. In fact, I teased you about it. I told you that you died so well that I was ready to commit your body to the ground in that scene.
In Safe House?
Yes.
You know what? That's my favorite death of mine.
Yo, you died, big bro. You died.
That and Training Day. Those are two of my favorite deaths.
I started saying ashes to ashes and death for as much as it did. The brother was dead, okay? This guy died for like 5 minutes and he just died. I see people die all the time. I thought he was dead. I got my robe. I got my sash, and I started to force my sin as a dearly departed brother's mass from death. He was gone. And you said to me at the time, you said I died too well. Now they're trying to do a sequel and they can't get me to
Yes,
And we laughed about it, and we talked about it. It was an amazing thing. When you think of Antoine Fisher, you introduce.
Thank you.
What was amazing, not only did you produced it, you directed it, you brought new talent to the stage that we had not known. I think he delivered one of his greatest performances up under your
Talking about Derek Luke.
Derek Luke.
And people don't realize a young woman in there by the name of Viola Davis.
Listen, I was coming down.
Oh, you was getting there?
I realized Viola Davis got her star playing his mother. She plays his mother in the scene in that.
No lines.
No lines. But
No, she has one line. You want something to eat?
Yeah.
So she says, you want something to eat?
But can't nobody outcry Viola Davis. Listen, baby girl can cry. And today, she can cry till I start crying. I don't even know what I'm crying about. How did you cast those two unheard of people and then direct them in a way that you got the best out of them? Because, now the reason I ask this question, whether you are in film or interested in entertainment, this is really about how do you get the best out of the people you choose in the positions you hold. So don't just listen from an entertaining aspect, but from an informational aspect to understand how do you choose people who are going to play a role in your organization, A, and B, how do you get the best out of them should help every leader, every pastor, every manager, every entrepreneur in this room, because some of the time we suffer because we got the wrong cast, we hired the wrong people. Some of the times we suffer because we had the right people, but we lack the ability to get the best out of them. You have to do both of them in order to be successful. Teach us how to do that.
Get out of the way. It's hard, that's easy to say, but hard to do. I can't play the part. Derek played the part. Viola played the part. Sometimes we want to do it all. Get out of the way. You know, get out of the way.
That's a modest answer. I'm not gonna let you off that easy.
Okay.
Because anybody can get out of the way. We can get out of the way. We can get out of the way. I understand that you were saying not to try to make the actor be you, but that ignores the fact that you had to select somebody who had that thing in them. How do you look at someone and see in them things that has yet to be unearthed out of them?
When I'm casting, I always tell the casting people, I only need one. I only needed one Viola Davis. I didn't need 10. So, and I know it when I see it. And I know it when I haven't seen it. So when it walks in the room, then when she walked in the room, I knew. So, and I knew.
So it's a gut thing. It's an instinct thing more than I look for this.
Yeah, it's not a checklist.
Okay.
It's not a checklist. I think I know what good acting is.
You gotta know what you're looking for, which is a note worth taking. You gotta know what you're looking for, because I think a lot of times we don't know what we're looking for. We're interviewing people, but we know the job description, we know the title, but we don't know the temperament, the talent, and how well they will fit into the continuity of our organization. So we hire people who have the right education, but they are toxic in the organization. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You have to know what the temperament is that you're looking for. Again, you'll know it when you see it, but whether you know it or not, you are casting in your office, in your church, in your choir, in your leadership. Anybody can come in the congregation, I don't care. But whoever's going to be on the team, I already know what temperament of person I need in that team, and I'm not just looking at their bio, I'm looking at their body language, their personality, their work ethic, how congenial they are with people, how sensitive they are. I don't need a drama queen running a conference. I don't need you creating problems. I need you solving problems. And so I can clearly delineate what I'm looking for in an individual. He has a list of criteria that he's saying that he knows in his head that he's looking for in the actor, and that he will know it when he sees it. You cannot regulate that over to somebody else.
Nelson Mandela said, a leader, like a shepherd, sends the fast, nimble sheep out front so that the rest will follow, not realizing they're all being led from behind. So a leader leads quietly from behind. You know, you don't have to jump out front, and I don't have to outact everybody, and you know, we want to do it all.
Yeah.
Oh, get out the way. Let me show you. You know,
Yeah.
but that was pretty good advice, Mr. Mandela.
Yeah.